the Facebook experiment that manipulated human emotions. In 2014, the world learned something unsettling. While millions of people scrolled through Facebook, liking photos, sharing news, and chatting with friends, they were unknowingly part of a psychological experiment. The goal was simple: to find out whether Facebook could manipulate human emotions at scale. The platform didn't need interviews, surveys, or consent forms. It already had something far more powerful: complete control over what people saw. The experiment began. The study was conducted in January 2012, but its existence was revealed 2 years later, in June 2014, when the results were published in the scientific journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. The researchers included Adam D.I. Kramer, a data scientist at Facebook, along with academic collaborators from Cornell University and the University of California, San Francisco. Nearly 689,000 Facebook users were involved. None of them were informed. How the manipulation worked. Facebook's main product is the news feed, an algorithm that decides which posts appear on your screen. For the experiment, Facebook quietly altered that algorithm. One group of users saw fewer positive posts from friends, fewer happy updates, celebrations, and encouraging words. Another group saw fewer negative posts, less anger, sadness, and complaints. Nothing else changed. Users believed they were seeing a normal feed, but in reality, Facebook was emotionally editing their version of the world. The result? Emotional contagion. After analyzing millions of posts, the researchers noticed a clear pattern. People who saw fewer positive posts began posting more negative language themselves. People who saw less negative content posted more positive language. The conclusion was blunt. Emotions are contagious, even without direct interaction. Exposure to emotional content in a newsfeed affected how people felt and how they expressed themselves. Facebook had demonstrated that it could shape moods by adjusting information without users realizing it. Why it shocked the world? The reaction was immediate and fierce. Privacy advocates argued the experiment violated ethical standards, especially because participants never gave informed consent. Psychologists raised alarms about potential harm. Could exposure to negative content worsen depression or anxiety? Could algorithmic changes push vulnerable people toward emotional distress? Facebook users were stunned. They weren't just customers anymore, they were test subjects. Facebook's defense. Facebook argued the experiment was pretty small and that users already consented to data use through the platform's terms of service. But critics weren't convinced. In traditional psychological research, experiments involving emotional manipulation must pass ethics review boards and require informed consent. Facebook had bypassed both, using its massive user base as a live laboratory. Academic fallout. Even the academic community criticized the study. Cornell University distanced itself, stating the research was conducted at Facebook and did not go through Cornell's ethics review. The journal that published the study faced backlash for approving research that many believed crossed ethical boundaries. The incident forced universities and researchers to rethink how corporate data experiments should be regulated. Why this experiment mattered. This wasn't just about Facebook. It exposed a powerful reality of the digital age. Algorithms don't just show content, they shape perception. When a platform controls what people see, news, emotions, reactions, it can quietly influence behavior, mood, and beliefs. The Facebook experiment proved that digital environments are psychological environments, and the people inside them often don't know they're being influenced. The bigger implications. After the controversy, Facebook stated it would conduct fewer internal experiments involving emotional manipulation. But the real question remained unanswered. If one experiment could influence emotions, What about advertising, political messaging, breaking news? The study became a key reference point in later debates about social media responsibility, mental health, and algorithmic power. The legacy. A decade later, the Facebook emotion experiment is still cited in discussions about online manipulation. Not because it was the largest experiment ever conducted, but because it was one of the first times the public realized something critical. The platforms shaping modern life don't just respond to human behavior. They can guide it. A modern lesson from history. In the past, power belonged to those who controlled land or armies. Today, power belongs to those who control information flow. The Facebook experiment didn't involve force, laws, or weapons. It involved code. And it showed how quietly and effectively human emotions can be influenced in the digital age. The most unsettling part? Most participants never even noticed it happened.